Hello and good evening. My name is John, and we're here playing Staffer Reborn as part of my Steam, looks like a pen, Steam cleaning series with every game in my Steam library, eventually an arbitrarily rate and or review them at the playtime. SNES. That must have been Brent. We'll get there. This is part of my Steam cleaning, every game in my Steam library, eventually an arbitrarily rate and or review them at the playtime. I don't quite know what this game is, but it's out at random. This is released in April of 2024 by Team Tetrapod. New game! I got a little pen in him. 1890s, give or take. Oh, hold on. I don't have English. When I came to, I was already lying in a pile of mud. Already the 6th time. No, it might have actually been the 7th. Looking at the holes that have been drilled through my army cap, I realized I was dead. I already died a number of times, and I've been revived after each death. Maybe it was some grand joke that God had played on me, but I had the ability to come back to life. The moment I discovered that ability, I started running into enemy fire, shooting blindly as I did, and dying on repeat. Live, die, repeat. Good movie. After a few hundred times of doing that, suddenly there were no more enemy soldiers in front of me. When I looked back, I was a war hero. That was only the beginning. That was the beginning? After that, I took part in 5 more wars, and I received 4 medals of honor. US? My deaths numbered in the thousands. But for every one of my deaths, I killed 2 of theirs. That's actually still a good KDR. My entire lifetime was a cycle of death and resurrection on the battlefield. But even now, that comes to an end. 1960s. You can't outrun time. Daddy, Lieutenant's daughter. Daddy, Lieutenant's son. My vision is growing dim, and even the voices of my children calling to me scatter like a mist. True death has come for me, finally. Even I will be able to sleep that long slumber, finally. What I've been hoping for this long, long time. Death. Until anime girls showed up. Is that death? Where'd everybody go? Who's this who stayed behind? Nurse, is that you? Investigator. My apologies, but I am no acquaintance of yours. Then who are you? Where are my children? Where's the nurse? Are you the Grim Reaper? Not the worst Grim Reaper. No, not yet at least. In fact, I'm an inspector, so to speak. An inspector? What's going on here? Lieutenant, you've been through this very situation hundreds of times. The scene around you changes like a film, but the process is lost to your memories. Lieutenant, you are unable to die. That's why I'm here. Did I come back to life? Are you saying I come back after dying of old age? Yes, and you'll die of that once more in about 15 minutes. Then you'll come back to life again, though your memories will be erased. For about 3 weeks now, since the 22nd of this month, you've been repeatedly dying and coming back to life. 3 weeks. Oh, that sounds torturous. Your final memory, the one of your son and daughter standing over, that happened 3 weeks ago. That just happened. What you're saying is the memory from 3 weeks ago? And as a side effect of my coming back, I lost 3 weeks of memories? No. More importantly, if that's the case, when will I finally be able to die? I don't know what the gameplay is. I don't know how far this goes, but narratively, this is amazingly effed. Like, this is a really good initial hook, and I hope the game continues this because they are on fire with this being you are cursed to die over 15 minutes from old age. Wow. If that's the case, when will I finally be able to die? I'm not sure yet. There's a good possibility your ability to die will stretch on to eternity. Gross. Don't be ridiculous. Just end it already. Kill me, do it now. This was it always meant to be this way? God wouldn't give me the ability at 0 cost? This never made sense in the very beginning, to think the dead could come back to life. Actually, it's not exactly what you think it is. Huh? Your case might be quite novel here, but where I'm from, it's not uncommon for people to have peculiar talents. We call all those people staffers. They're able to bring their abilities under control and carry on with life. Lieutenant, your ability to resurrect is no God-given miracle. We call them skills, and yours is one of a number that follow a strict set of rules. If we figure out the rules so your skill follows, we might be able to break this chain of death and resurrection. In order to discover these rules, we may need to resort to radical methods. And of course, there's no guarantee we'll succeed. This is what you desire. I promise I'll give it my all. Death is nothing special for me at this point. It doesn't matter what you do with this body of mine. So, cough, cough, cough. Please let death take me just as quick as you can. Then I'm on the case. Thank you. That's a good intro hook. Where'd everyone go? Who's that to stay behind? Nurse, is that you? Ugh. Are you the Grim Reaper? Yes, of course. Lieutenant, for you, I will become the Grim Reaper, come to grant you a natural death. I mean, I would, if I cut it right here, this is like 2 thumbs up. What a great intro setting here of man unable to die praying for death. I can't stand here any longer. It's already been 2 hours. Sir, I have to ask you to have some patience, give her a little more time. I'm sure the inspector is doing everything in her power to save your father. Or she's doing everything in her power to get the money she signed over. Damn right, when I heard she didn't want payment in advance, I should have known not to hire her on. I think he's taking his concerns way too far. But it'd be good if we knew what sort of person Inspector was. I'll go have a look and report back. Regardless, it's time to switch out the IUV bottles. Excuse me, it's just me, the nurse. Please come in. Who is this woman? Where did my children go? No need to worry, sir. They're both waiting outside. If you just rest for a moment, they'll be right back in. Right, I see. Sorry to disturb you. I need a moment. Changing out the IV bottles? Rough work. That it is. How's your job coming along? Well, I just finished my preparations. Preparations? Are you joking? Sir, it's already been 2 hours. And just now finishing up with the preparations? I remember no time constraints in the contract we signed. If I save your father from his death, you pay me $100,000. Our contract was only consisted of that single line. Right, only one line. But I can still fire you at any time I like. Fine with me. However, do you have any other inspectors willing to take your case? Just get on your feet and get to work. So there's no one else willing to try. In order to do this, I'm gonna need a few things. What things? You're not gonna say you need more money, right? No, of course not. Just a few simple items. I'll get them for you. What do you need? First of all, I need a knife and a gun. Oh, geez. Also, a nice pen that works, or a pencil if you wouldn't mind. Are you insane? Do you not have one? Then I'll settle for everything besides the pen. You think you're being funny? Are you planning a murder? Sir, you gotta calm down. She's probably just got an idea. At least I certainly hope she does. That's a lot of keys on the nurse's belt. Damn it, nurse. Do what you will then. I'm not playing any more of her games. If you want to continue how you see fit, you're gonna have to prove your skill first. My apologies. Please understand that he's just doing this because he cares deeply for his father. He may be prone to getting worked up and saying things, but he'll set all that his work aside to stay at his father's side. Yes, it certainly seems that way. See that what you say is true. But I slightly suspect the reason he has for staying close. For the writing utensil you need, I can give you my pencil. For the knife and gun, though, I'm afraid I don't have those on hand. No, not a typical surgically sterile gun and knife. If you're able to prove your skills, Lieutenant's son may allow it. Can't be helped. So shall we start with this then? What are you going to do with that? First, we need to figure out his skills connection. Connection? Lieutenant's skill, his supernatural ability, is in simple form resurrection. The resurrection skill can be separated from 2 main types. Regeneratively connected resurrection and temporally connected resurrection. Regeneratively connected resurrection skill that accelerates the cell division in order to restore the body condition that was during life. So you think of it like planarian, yes? Like the 2 were the case of differences in his body before and after death or revival. Temporal connection regeneration contrast is quite different. There will be almost no difference in the body before and after regeneration. In the end, as I turn back the clock time before death, that's how the skill works. I mean, that's what's going on here. We figured that out. Most resurrection skills fall in regenerative connected category. However, Lieutenant here, I suspect he might have a case of the latter. That's how his first planetary variant that the type blend falls into, and that was the pencils for? Correct. You can stay and watch if you like. So, Lieutenant, let's begin. Our goal is to end the cycle of repeated deaths. So first of all, gently as possible, we'll have to kill you once or twice. Oh. What? Certain activities 5 minutes carry out. If you press past time button on the upper left, 5 minutes will pass. Once the timer is your 10 will die and memories reset. First and foremost, let's try out pencil together. Circle, triangle, star. Excuse me? Ah, pay me no heed. Just talking to myself. Now, Lieutenant, if you just stay like that for a moment. Cross. Oh, an X. I swear, X was the simplest. What are you doing? You think the star would have been better? No, that's not what I meant. I'm just wondering, why are you drawing the lieutenant's face? I didn't explain it before. I'm seeing if the lieutenant resurrection is gender liver temporally connected. Guess I remember that part, but what has to do with the drawing? Well, if you give me a moment, you'll find out. 15 minutes have passed. The lieutenant has been revived by a skill. Yes, I've already seen this hundreds of times. Have you? Then you should see what's changed immediately. Excuse me? What's changed? What did you... Take a look at his face. Ah, where are my children? Who's this woman? The drawing on his face. As expected, it's temporal. Similar duration, so then there'd be no reason for the mark to be gone. So this is the temporal connection you talked about. You're a fast learner. That is correct. The lieutenant died and his body returned to the state at a preset time. That's why the mark I made disappeared with him. It also explains when all experience a certain amount of memories are lost with each generation. As his brains return to his previous state, the game memories are erased. To put it in Bureau terms, this is resurrection, temporal regression. The Bureau? That's the institution that controls people's superpowers, huh? I heard that once they operate in places where supernatural powers are commonplace. Threat level, Estini, under 1 centimeter, staff for death. On resurrection members appear. Okay. The same institution classifies skill list using defined characteristics. First, skill name. Next, range. Since lieutenant's aggression skills only in his own body, we can just write down under 1 centimeter. Finally, we have the condition need for skills, rather dated term, we call it catalyst. Lieutenant's resurrection skills by choice, death of his body. And that's the basics we need for proper bureau file. Whatever characters that don't fit in the box are detailed at the bottom here. In Lieutenant's case, the characters we call it on resurrection memory just disappear. Normally I have to fill out the page from top to bottom, but since we got nothing else right now, we'll just fill this out one line at a time. Spectre, I can see now you're well reversed in these supernatural abilities. It seems like you're the right person for whatever's going on with Lieutenant. If you break down his skills like this to figure it out, still going to be possible to put a stop to this phenomenon? I'm not sure. But if we're going to put a stop to this never-ending cycle of death, we need a cause. That's going to need a general understanding of skill. That's what I think, at least. These skills do seem to defy the existence of laws of physics. But it doesn't mean they make every possibility possible. So what if they were in a state where they are alive via a respirator? You go an hour past the point and then disconnect it, and then the body resets 15 minutes and it's still dead. Does it double reset? Does it reset back to the last living state? We don't know. The range, condition, trigger, skill, and so on. They show existing set of rules and limitations. Lieutenant skills have its own set. Finding out what should give us a clue that could allow us to stop the regenerative loop. But for that, we're going to need some tools. By tools, you mean the knife and gun you mentioned before? Correct. Could you procure them for me? Mine were confiscated on arrival. I'm under the direction of my employer. I can't be handing out weapons under his roof. Also, even if I was so inclined, I mean, I do understand your position. You can't just be handing out guns to people you just met. Sorry, it's quite all right. It's much less interesting, but we seem to start with our peaceful options. Peaceful options? To be perfectly frank, it's much less flashy than it sounds. It just means we'll have to resort to conversation for a while. Nurse, could you tell me everything you know about the resurrections you witnessed? Also, I'd like to get as much as I can from the Lieutenant. That won't be a problem, for the doctor says he's only got a few days left. And under these conditions, he's maintained his right mind and to an unprecedented degree. Though, I'm not sure that's the best news for him. I would have to disagree, just maybe. What we're about to hear from the Lieutenant could be the thing that saves him. You know, he's right in the room listening to you while you talk. What's in the nurse? What's in the safe? Better. Safe is hidden behind the painting of a landscape. I got rid of that. It was in the way. Indeed, I guess it's ask intent for combination has the message. I should hurry and ask him combination to get this open. I'm not sure why you don't open the safe, but if he allows it, I won't get in your way. Okay. So notepad. Tenant's strength. All right, this is a very interesting visual novel. I'll probably stop here at 15 minutes as I typically do, but it's got a really strong hook, a great setting plot, and my only dissatisfaction is because I don't understand Japanese. That's more me than the rest of the game, but it would have been nice to have either voice off option, I could turn all the way down, And it would have been nice to have another language for it, but, you know, small dev and all that, I'm sure. Very cool. Cheers.